Welcome to Raos Academy for Competitive Examinations. This is Eswar Kumar. So Raos Academy came out with a tribular program. So Raos Rapid Revision Program for UPSC Prelims 2025 examination. And we know that everyone knows that exam is going to be happen on May 25th of 2025. So for that exam, we came out with PT365 videos, so which is a part of a tribular program. All right. So related to that, I'm going to explain about important concepts related to science and technology. So right. So let us start without any further delay. So before going to the main video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon so that you will get the updates directly to your mobile. Let's start. See, my dear friends. So one thing is that Salmonella bacteria is in the news. Salmonella bacteria is in the news. Why it was in the news? Because the government of United States, USA government had issued directions to health department to monitor about the spread of salmonella bacteria among the people and animals. So that's why it was in the news. So coming to here, what we should know about these bacteria? What are the things that we need to know about these bacteria? Like we will discuss now. The shape of this bacteria is that rod shaped. You can see here. It is the shape of the bacteria, Salmonella bacteria. It is the shape in the like if you see it, you can feel it as a rod structure. Okay, and it has parts like cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm, and these small particles are like they were ribosomes. And after that, these are the you can find like this similar to they are appearing like feather. It is like flagella, and it is a plasmid like the moderate sized particles are plasmid, and they are helical structure. Like you can find this structure. It is a double helical structure. So it is a DNA. And coming to here, this is a cell wall, and the entire shape is a like it is a capsule. All these parts are bounded with the capsule, enclosed in a capsule. So it is the shape of rod is the shape of the plasmonella, salmonella bacteria. Clear. And it was classified as gram-negative bacteria. It was classified as gram-negative bacteria, and so if any this type of bacteria enters into stomach of the animals and human beings, it leads to salmonellosis. It leads to salmonellosis. Okay, so it is a disease. If any person attacked with this, then what will happen? Those persons will get diarrhea. Like these are the symptoms. They will get diarrhea, fever, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, headache, blood in the stool. Okay, so this is the thing. In general, this type of salmonella bacteria enters into stomach of the living things, living animals and human beings. Okay, so directly they attack gastrointestinal tracts. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's why United States of government, USA government had issued guidelines and directions to their health department to contain this salmonella bacteria spreading. So that's why it is in the news. Okay, and one more topic that we will discuss now, that is oxytocin. So what is this oxytocin? What is it? So it is a, we can say that oxytocin, it is a hormone. So in general, so why this oxytocin is in the news? One thing is that Delhi High Court issued guidelines to the government that oxytocin is a hormone. It should be banned in India. Okay, so that's why it is in the news. You can see here. Recently, the Delhi High Court called for action against rampant use of oxytocin in dairy colonies in the national capital. So why the farmers like dairy farmers are using this oxytocin hormone. Why? What is the need and necessity? Because oxytocin hormone has the capacity to increase the milk production in these bovines. Okay, so oxytocin is a hormone. So if it injected it to the animals, those who are giving the milk, the bovine animals, then what will happen? It oxytocin hormone makes them to produce more amount of milk. So that is the main reason. And also, so if oxytocin enters into the animals, then it transmits to the human beings because we are drinking milk and dairy products. So that's why this hormone directly transmits into the human beings. So this oxytocin is a hormone. So whenever there is a high increase of this oxytocin in the blood, it leads to the damage of human bodies. So that's the main reason here. Clear. And one more thing we can say that this oxytocin is a hormone and a neurotransmitter often referred to as a love hormone. So we can call this oxytocin as a love hormone, and also we can call it as a bonding hormone, and also we can call it as a social bonding hormone. Okay, so in general the oxytocin is used for increase of the milk production, increase of the milk production in the animals as well as human beings as well. Okay, and also these oxytocin help for the childbirth. Clear. So it's a help for the childbirth, and also increases the milk production among the lactating mothers. So useful for breastfeeding, and also used for so social interactions. That's the thing. Okay. So in which organ oxytocin is producing? It is producing in hypothalamus. So it is produced in synthesized is produced in hypothalamus organ. Clear. So one of the thing. And finally, Government of India means the court had issued directions to the government. The Government of India in the year 2018 April, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare banned the manufacture and sale of oxytocin drug. Clear. But given permission to only one company, that is the Karnataka Antibiotics and Pharmaceuticals Limited. So these company can manufacture oxytocin, but it should be for means but this is for not for public purposes, means selling in the markets. This oxytocin produced should not be used for selling in the markets to the public. Okay, so that's the thing. And one more area. So we have to know some about related to some hormones. Clear. So dopamine. So what is the nickname of dopamine? Its a nickname is reward hormone. We can call it as a reward hormone. And what are the functions of dopamine? It linked to the brain's reward system, produces pleasant sensations, and is associated with learning and memory. So dopamine is a hormone, very important hormone. So whenever we are very happy, whenever we are very happy, whenever we are in the pleasant sensations, at that time dopamine will be released in our body. That's the thing. And one more, serotonin. So it is also a hormone. So its nickname is mood regulator. Mood regulator. So it regulates our mood as well as sleep, appetite, digestion, learning and memory. And also serotonin has the capacity to elevate anxiety and depression. Okay. So serotonin is a wonderful hormone which was produced by our body parts. Next after that, oxytocin. So its nickname is love and or bonding hormone or social hormone. So it is very essential for childbirth as well as breastfeeding and bonding in parent-child relationships. And also it promotes trust, empathy and bonding in relationships. That's the greatness of oxytocin. But Whatever the hormone we have in our body, it should be in the balanced state. If its level enhances in our body, it leads to some other health issues. Okay, so that's why everything should be balanced. If it is low, then also it leads to some other issues. If it is high, it also leads to some other issues, right? So that's the thing. And one more hormone, that is endorphins. So it is a natural painkiller. So reduces pain, stress and improves mood, helps in lowering stress and promotes a feeling of well-being. Means there is a hormone called endorphins. So it is a natural painkiller. So reduces the pain in our body. And also it uses as a, it helps in lowering stress and anxiety and also promotes well-being. That's important information. And after that, one more concept that we need to know, which was in the news. That is like chloropicrin. So chloropicrin is in the news. It is a formula for, it is a diagram for chloropicrin. So you can see here. So it is like it is a carbon, nitrogen. So carbon is bonded with the three chlorines. Carbon is bonded with three chlorines. And the same carbon bonded with nitrogen. Nitrogen and nitrogen bonded with the oxygen. Okay. So completely this chloropicrin we can call it as trichloronitromethane. Trichloronitromethane. Okay. We can see here like, and we know that CH4 is the structure for methane. So C has the valency of 4. Carbon has the valency of 4. So that's why it bonds with the 4 elements. So finally carbon bonded with the 4 elements in the 4 directions. Like a 3 sides the chlorine and the another side is a nitrogen. And we know that nitrogen has a double bond structure, so it bonded with oxygen. NO2, we call it as NO2. So finally this the complete molecule structure is known as chloropicrin or trichloronitromethane. So it was in the news. Okay. So why it was in the news? See here. And we know that since two to 3 years, war is happening in between Russia and Ukraine. Clear. So war is going on in between Russia and Ukraine. So here, as part of war tactics, what the Ukraine is doing, so they are spraying. See here. So the war is going on in between Ukraine and Russia. So finally here, US government. So United Governments accuses of Russia of using chloropicrin chemical against Ukraine, a military violating the Chemical Weapons Convention. So that's why it is in the news. Okay. So chloropicrin is a deadly gas. If it sprays in the atmosphere, what will happen? Who are the persons or exhibit or affected with this chloropicrin, or else whoever the persons inhales this chloropicrin gas which was present in the atmosphere, there is a chance of fatality. There is a chance of fatality. And also this gas damages eyes, skin, respiratory tract and also gastrointestinal tract. So that is a harmful, this is a very harmful gas, chloropicrin. So finally United States of America is saying that Russia is spraying this chloropicrin gas towards the Ukraine soldiers. So that's in the news. Okay. And we know that chloropicrin is used as an antimicrobial agent, fungicide, herbicide, insecticide and nematicide. Okay. So these are the things. And one more thing you have to know. See here. So Chemical Weapons Convention is in the news. So as per the Chemical Weapons Convention, if any war happens between any countries, they should not use any chemicals, hazardous chemicals. They should not use harmful chemicals. They can use missiles, bombs, but they should not use the chemicals. Why? Because if any country uses chemical, then the fatality rate will be very high. Even there is a chance of death of the normal citizens, civilians. So that's the reason here. Okay. So the Chemical Weapons Convention is a global treaty effective since April 29, 1997. So that bans the development, production and use of chemical weapons. Okay. So as per CWC, no company, no country should manufacture, develop, production and use of the chemical weapon. It mandates the destruction of existing chemical weapons stockpiles within a specified time frame. The convention is overseen by an organization for the prohibition of chemical weapons. So OPCW, it is an organization was established under this CWC convention. The main objective of this organization is that to dismantle, to destroy already manufactured chemicals. Okay, that's the thing. Even India is also the member of this convention. Okay, even India is also the member of convention. Okay, so that's the thing you need to know here related to CWC. And one more concept here, golden. So golden is in the news, right? Like for the first time, researchers have created a freestanding 2D sheet of gold named golden. Simply is that, see here, see, one thing is that this is the gold, clear, regular gold. So the structure of gold, see for example it is our gold. If you check this structure of the gold, you will find the layers like this. So different layers were piled up, different layers were interconnected here. That is in regular gold. Now researchers had developed one layer. Okay, so it means finally the researchers had took out the only one layer from this regular gold. So that layer is known as golden. Clear? So it is a golden. It is in the form of 2D shape. Means in general in normal gold we can find the atoms like this. We can find the atoms like this, which were interconnected with each other. Now finally our scientists, what they have done, they have removed this layer. So for example, this is the one layer, two layer, three layer. So they have taken out this second layer as a separate one. Okay, so this is the like this. So it is in the form of 2D, two dimensional. So the name of these layers are known as gold. The name of this layer, which was taken out from original gold, that is known as golden. We can say it as golden. That's one of the thing. And coming to here, is there any advantage of golden? Is there any advantage of golden? Yes, definitely. There are many advantages. We can use this golden in where? Electronic industries. We can use that as in electronic industries. We can use it in chip making. We can use it in making of different electronics on the motherboard. That's one of the benefit. And also it is used for conversion of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this golden can be used for conversion of carbon dioxide and also generating hydrogen, and also used as a catalyst and used as a catalyst to increase the rate of reaction during the hydrogen production. Okay, and also we can do selective production with the help of golden. So that's the thing is in the news. Clear? And one more concept, AlphaFold 3 is in the news. AlphaFold 3 is in the news. So why it was in the news? Our researchers had developed, our researchers means our scientists, like a scientist of Google DeepMind and Isomorphic Labs. These both have developed one artificial intelligence tool. The name of the tool is AlphaFold 3. What we can say? The name of the tool is that AlphaFold 3. Clear? So what is the advantage of AlphaFold 3? With this, we can predict the structure of the protein. Clear? Have you understood? So advantage of AlphaFold is that we can predict the structure of the protein with accuracy, with the precision. So that's the benefit of it. Clear. Then after that, so what is the advantage of discuss? What is the advantage of predicting the actual structure of the protein? There are many advantages in the medical industry. Okay, so this can be utilized for disease detection, diagnosis of the disease. Okay, and also we can use it for drug discovery, understanding the disease, biomaterial design, genomics research, and also vaccine development. Okay, so these are the advantages of AlphaFold 3 artificial intelligence, which was made to find out the shape of the protein. Clear? Structure and protein. Okay, that's the thing. And one more thing, which is in the news. Giant, giant viruses. Okay, so giant viruses. Name itself says giant means very big. So it is this virus is a very big one. Clear. So it is a size very big in terms of the size. Why it was in the news? It was in the news because these giant viruses were found in Yellowstone National Park. Clear? Found in Yellowstone National Park, which was located in United States of America. The speciality of Yellowstone National Park is that it has geyser. It has geothermal geysers. Geysers. They have geothermal geyser springs. Okay. So by natural you can get the hot water. Naturally we can get the hot water from the earth. Where? In Yellowstone National Park, which was located in United States of America. And also it is was one of the PYQ. UPSC PYQ. Clear? UPSC PYQ. That's the thing you need to know. Okay. So finally, our researchers had found that giant viruses in Yellowstone National Park. After knowing the age of this virus, they said that the age is like dating back to 1.5 billion years. The age of these viruses were 1.5 billion years. Okay, so that's the thing. What is the age of our Earth? 4.8 billion years. Our age of the Earth is 4.8 billion years. Age of these viruses was 1.5 billion years. Clear? That's the thing. And coming to its size, what is the size of this virus? 200 to 400 nanometers in diameter. It is a size. Okay, and what is the benefit of discovering these giant viruses? We can know that evolution of the life. By studying these viruses, we can come to know about the evolution of the life, how life had origin on the earth. Okay, and also we can know that viral evolution, so means how viral infections came out, how viral infections were spreading from one place to another place, and also we can know the structure of the virus. So if you know the proper structure of the virus, if we are able to decode the exact structure of the virus, then we can develop the proper medicines. Clear? So far we don't have the proper medicines for virus. We have medicines for fungus, bacteria, and some other related microorganisms, and we don't have proper medicine for the killing of the virus. Why? Because it continuously changes its shape. So that's why we were unable to make the exactly medicine that is needed to kill that viruses. Okay, that is the thing. So now in the future times we may find the exact structure of these viruses. Also we may know that why these viruses are changing its shape frequently. Clear? So that's the thing. And after that, one more concept, geomagnetic storms. So geomagnetic storms was in the news. Why it was in the news? These geomagnetic storms, see, you can see here. So a recent geomagnetic storm, the strongest in over the 2 decades, caused radio blackouts and extended the northern lights as far south as the southern United States. Simply saying that, so due to the outburst of solar flares from the sun, what happened? Geomagnetism of Earth was distorted, means changed. And we know that in geography we might have studied that. In geography we might have studied that. For example, if it is our sun, due to the reaction in between hydrogen atoms, due to the nuclear reactions happening on the surface of the sun is emitting sun is emitting sun flares, or we can call it as a solar flares. So, and we know that our Earth has a magnetic field. Our Earth has a magnetic field. We can call it as a magnetism. So, whenever solar flares or sun flares touches the geomagnetism, what is happening? The magnetism of the Earth was distorted, changed. Okay. So, due to the change of the magnetism, what is happening? Change is happening on auroras. Change is happening on auroras of the Earth. Okay. So, the same phenomena was witnessed in seen in United States of America. So, that's why is in the news. Clear. So, sometimes these geomagnetic storms may impact the ionosphere, distort the ionosphere. Okay. So, that's the danger. So, one more thing you have to know. After occurring of geomagnetic storms, like Earth was looking like this with different colors. Okay. So, that's the thing. And also, what are the effects of geomagnetic storm? What is the effect of solar flares? There are many effects. These solar flares can damage the satellite system. They can damage satellite systems, satellite networks. And the same thing can damage our electricity network as well. They can damage the electric network. Okay. So if electricity network was damaged, then we won't get we won't get electricity. Everything will be shut down. And if satellite system was disrupted, then we won't get any communication. And there is a chance of halting of all the flights, train services, or not everything. That's the negative effects of geomagnetic storms as well as sun flares. And one more concept. Thrombosis, thrombocytopenia syndrome, TTS. Okay, so thrombocytopenia syndrome, TTS. So it was in the news. Why it was in the news? One thing. So there is a company, its name is AstraZeneca. During the COVID time, this company had produced COVID vaccines. Okay, so its name was Covishield. Okay, so AstraZeneca, it was one of the pharma company, along with the help of SII, Serum Institute of India, which was located in Pune. These two companies came forward and produced Covishield vaccine for containing of corona. Okay. So here one thing is that the persons who have taken this Covishield vaccine, some persons, not all the persons, some persons had affected with this syndrome. Clear. So the same word said by this company in the court. So that's why this issue was in the news. Clear. Understood that. So whoever the persons taken vaccinated with the Covishield person, not all the persons, some person got this TTS syndrome. TTS syndrome. It was a rare condition. So that's why it was in the news. Okay. So if any person affected with the TTS, then they will get the symptoms of headaches, blurred vision, shortness of breath, chest pain, leg swelling, persistent abdominal pain. So they were the symptoms of TTS. So thrombocytopenia syndrome. So it is a rare condition. Okay, so that's why this is in the news. Next, one more concept. Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. We can call it as a LUPEX. Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. So this is a mission initiated by two countries. One is India. One is India. And the second one is Japan. And we know that India has ISRO for space research, Indian Space Research Organization. In the similar way, Japan has JAXA. So Japan Space Exploration Agency, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Finally, these two countries, two organizations came forward and unitedly launched a LUPEX mission. The main objective of LUPEX mission is that to study the southern portion of the moon. Okay, similarly, it is a lunar exploration mission. So this LUPEX is meant for study of the moon's south pole. Clear? So that's the important thing. To study about the moon's southern pole region, focusing on detecting water and other elements possibly as surface ice. Simply nothing but these two countries united and launched a LUPEX mission, and the main object of LUPEX mission is that to study about the moon's south pole. Similar, that's one of the important things. Okay, and here lander will be made by ISRO and rover will be made by JAXA. Rover will be made by JAXA. Okay, and after that, golden rice. Golden rice was in the news. Why it was in the news? See here. Recently, a court in Philippines recently revoked biosafety permits for commercial propagation of genetically modified golden rice. There was a country, that is the Philippines. So in Philippines, court had instructed the government to revoke the permission for production of genetically modified golden rice. So that's why it is in the news. See here. So how the golden rice were formed? By taking normal rice. So with the help of GM technology, genetically modified technology, with the help of protein like Cas9 protein, what our scientists have done, they have altered the structure of the DNA. They have taken the normal rice. Our scientists have taken the normal rice paddy crops. They have changed the DNA structure of that rice with the help of Cas9 protein. With the help of Cas9 protein. And they have inserted new materials to that DNA structure of the rice. Like they have inserted iron and zinc. And also beta carotene. And also they have added beta carotene. So due to the adding of beta carotene, the normal white rice was converted into yellow rice. So that's why normal rice was converted into yellow rice due to the adding of beta carotene. So that's why this yellow rice is known as golden rice, because yellow color resembles the gold. So that's why golden rice. And coming to here, what are the benefits of eating golden rice? What is the benefit of eating genetically modified rice? Here we know that beta carotene is a pigment added into the rice, golden rice. So it has the capacity of making vitamin A. Vitamin A can be made. So if person takes this yellow rice as a food, then his vision can be very healthy. His vision will be very healthy. Skin will be healthy. Bones will be healthy. And also deficiency nutrition can be removed. Okay, so like a good nutrition food can be means provided to the to the people. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's why it is in the news. And one more concept, 2025 to be International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. Clear. So nothing but 2025. It is a year. It was recognized as a International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. That's the thing. Clear. So like we know that every year, like for example, 2023 was declared as International Year of Millets. International Year of Millets. Okay. Now 2025 was declared as International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. That's the thing. Clear. And coming to here. So quantum mechanics is nothing but the making of quantum mechanics means like here the atoms and photons will be studied under here. Like the minute atoms and photons will be studied here. Quantum mechanics means knowing of the action of atoms and photons, the interactions of atoms. Okay, the interactions of atoms. And we know that atom has electron, photon, and neutron. So atoms are very small one, very minute particles. So the studying of the interaction between the photon, neutron, and electron, nothing but is quantum mechanics. Okay, that's the thing and one of the things. So World Quantum Day is celebrated annually on April 14th. That's one of the fact. Okay, so and one more thing, gene drive technology. So gene drive technology. So it was in the news. So why it was in the news? Research indicates that genetically modified mosquitoes using gene drive technology can effectively reduce mosquito population in outdoor controlled environments. Simply, we know that. So see here. So we can kill all the mosquitoes with the chemical. We can kill all the mosquitoes. Clear. We can kill all the mosquitoes. But if we kill all the mosquitoes, it disturbs the food cycle. It disturbs the food cycle and also disturbs the food web as well. It creates imbalance in the environment. So to reduce that, finally our researchers had came forward and developed gene drive technology. With the help of this technology, our scientists had altered the structure of the DNA of the mosquitoes. Okay, alter the DNA of the mosquitoes. Clear. So the outcome of altering of these DNA is that they won't carry the pathogens. The outcome of this altered genetically modified or else GDT outcome is that they have altered the DNA of the mosquitoes. It resulted into as they cannot carry the pathogen which creates which is responsible for spreading of the disease like malaria and some other disease, malaria, dengue. Okay, simply is nothing but see here they have altered the structure of the DNA of mosquitoes so that they cannot carry the pathogens. So we know that some pathogens are reason for the occurrence of or spread of the malaria and dengue. So that's the reason. Clear. So if it really comes out in the public, then it will be useful to us because most of the people were affected with DNA. Sorry, most of the people were affected with malaria and some other harmful, deadly dengue-like disease. Okay, so that is the thing. So these are very important. And also finally, our researchers had used Cas9, which is called as a protein, to alter the DNA structure of these mosquitoes. Here, so these are the things in the news. In the next video, we will discuss some more important concepts which are useful for UPSC Prelims 2025. So for that, if you want more videos, what you have to do, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Raos Academy, for continuous updates and also hit the bell icon. So finally, thank you so much, and if you have any doubts, you can post in the comment box. We are ready to answer for your queries. Our team, Raos Academy team, will answer all your queries. Okay, so thank you so much, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And signing off, this is Eswar Kumar. Thank you.